Conceptual terms. Gender, social roles given to males and females within our society. Sensitization, reacting to someone or something in a sensitive way. Gender equality, when all genders have equal rights, responsibilities, and opportunities. Empowerment, becoming stronger and more confident in controlling one's life. Discrimination, treating someone unfairly on the basis of their race, age, sex, or disability. Key learning. Gender inequality exists without our realizing. Distinction between what a man should do and what a woman should do is so deep-rooted that we don't even realize it exists. It has become natural to us. It is there in every part of society as the accepted norm. Just because it is the norm doesn't mean it's right. Society has evolved in such a manner that certain things which are unfair are so commonplace that they are seen as the right thing to do. In so many households, women still eat after the men have left the table. There are many more such practices that are unjust, but normalized. The new generation can make a change, since the new generation, which is you, is still learning and growing. There is better scope for change. By observing how things happen around us and how there are biases, we can bring about small changes which will ultimately contribute to overall change in society. Building understanding. Men and women are different. This is a fact. However, whether one is better than the other is just a matter of opinion. Traditionally, in Indian society, men are considered to be superior because they are stronger, they bring home the money and so on. Some ways in which the rules of society establish male superiority are: a newborn baby carries the surname of the father, the woman leaves her parents' home after marriage, and not the man, and so on. Even the laws seem to favor men. For example, the inheritance laws dictate that the father's property and assets rightfully belong to his sons and not his daughters after his death. Let's try and answer the following questions by taking a closer look at our own lives. Think and reflect. Are men and women equal? What do you think? What is it about the other gender that you really admire? What do you think makes you special? Is it just your gender? Why gender sensitization? What exactly is gender? The term gender refers to the social identity of female and male human beings. It defines the boundaries of what women and men can and should be and do. It shapes the behavior, roles, expectations, and entitlements of women and men in a particular society. Gender refers to the learnt roles, norms, and expectations on the basis of one's sex. It is a socio-cultural definition of a boy and a girl, or of a man and a woman. Achieving gender equality is the responsibility of every person in society. Gender equality doesn't mean that men and women become the same. It means that their access to opportunities is not determined by their gender. It doesn't mean that women should be given power over men, rather empowering both men and women. Gender equality is achieved when men and women enjoy the same rights and opportunities across all sectors of work and society, such as decision-making, economic participation, and when both genders are equally favored. The ability to empathize with the other gender and behave in ways that support gender equality and justice is known as gender sensitization. It requires a deep understanding of one's personal attitudes, beliefs, and opinions about how we look at the other gender. The key here is to be sensitive to the positive as well as the negative attributes of both genders and strike the balance, rather than judge anyone. Healthy gender sensitization. Poor gender sensitization. Above everything else, a human being deserves respect and kindness, regardless of their gender. Each one of us is different and special in our own way. Both men and women should know basic survival skills like cooking, cleaning, swimming, driving, having a job, and so on. Both men and women should have the space and the right to express their emotions, especially sadness. Only men or only women deserve kindness and respect. Men are more special because they are physically stronger, or women are more special because they have struggled so much throughout history. Only men should drive and swim and have a career, while women should stick to cooking and cleaning. Only women cry, and men should not express emotions like women do. Men should suppress emotions because it makes them appear weak. Think point. Instead of trying to prove who is better and why, it makes more sense to be aware and sensitive towards others and their views, opinions, and way of being. Only when we are sensitive towards every human being can we learn gender sensitization. In the modern era that we live, women are working, driving cars, traveling solo, running large corporations, and much more, which are all things that only men used to do for a long time. At the same time, many fathers are staying home to take care of children, cooking and encouraging their wives and daughters to explore hobbies and careers. These were all unusual things till about 100 years ago. However, it is hard for us to imagine that gender equality has nothing to do with giving more power to women over men, but it is about empowering both men and women. Remember, it is never about who is superior. It is more about how well we respect and value each other. Health concern. Did you know that while women live longer than men on average, they experience higher rates of ill health during their lifetime? It is likely that gender discrimination and inequity contribute to this because research has shown that women don't get timely medical care, and many a time, their concerns are not taken seriously. Key learning. Change starts with each one of us. Each one of us is an integral part of society and thus contributes to the biases as well as the change that can take place. The sooner we become aware of the gender biases that surround us, the sooner we can determine to change them. Sensitivity to the other gender is not a choice, but a necessity. All of us feel that our own gender is misunderstood while the other gender has more advantages. However, our perspectives are biased and need to be adjusted. Trying to be sensitive and respectful towards others, regardless of gender, is something we all need to learn. Respect differences. Since men and women are created differently by nature, there are bound to be some natural differences in terms of physical appearance and skill sets. However, these should be used to balance out the shortcomings in the other gender and not for oppression and judgment.